What's happening, Night Riders? So, Mighty Raccoon has dropped another animation film, and this one is entitled Marvel Civil War. Um, this should be very interesting. I'm just going off the aspect that this is probably um, in regards to either the movie Civil War or the comic version of Civil War, because the comic version of Civil War and the movie version of Civil War are two entirely different Civil Wars. The same concept and the same idea, but it's just that the execution between the two are extremely different, because obviously the comic book version, it has way more characters and went way more into detail and way more shit happened. In the movie version, you're limited to the characters that you introduced into the movie universe. So that's why I said what I said. So let's start this and see which version of Civil War this is actually going to be about. Let's go. Ooh, destruction.
Just over 12 hours ago now, and preliminary casualties are said to be over 600. In Washington, progress on the superhero reform should be brought to the table.
Following last week's devastating explosion, Congress has rushed through passage of the Superhuman Registration Act.
You were asking me to arrest people who risk their lives for this country every day of the week.
The comic book version is what this is based off of.
I successfully privatized world peace.
And with the passage of the Superhuman Registration Act earlier this week,
Yeah.
superheroes around the country are being forced to choose a side. Do they register with the government to uphold the law, or become part of an underground resistance movement?
Give me a chance to tell you our plans for my 21st century overhaul. You've got 5 minutes. That's all I'll need.
Yeah, straight heroes against heroes. That's just, yeah. This shit is lit.
My fellow Americans, in this time of adversity, we are being offered a moment to recognize a growing threat within our own population, and take a unique role in the shape of human event.
Stark and S.H.I.E.L.D. have already proven they'll stop at nothing to try to break us. We must remain ready to face them at any moment. We'll also join whatever we can to protect the public during this chaotic time. Captain America's people are equipping themselves.
This shit is
Right,
crazy.
gentlemen. This might hurt.
This registration act would tear down everything we've done. Don't you see where this is heading? All
Yeah.
this will take us one more slip. It will just turn us all into criminals and hunt us all down. No, they won't, Tony.
Amazing fucking job. Amazing. Alright, so like I was saying earlier, this was clearly based off of the comic book version of Civil War, and I know that for a fact, because that's what started Civil War. There was a huge ass explosion. There was a huge ass explosion where pretty much like 600,000 people died, and I forgot who was responsible for the explosion, but they passed the Registration Act. Spider-Man literally went in front of everyone, like the news media, everything, and unmasked himself, basically choosing a side. Then shit started to happen to Spider-Man, because now that people knew who he was, they targeted his loved ones. His Aunt May got really injured, and he had the spider armor outfit, and then Spider-Man ended up switching sides. There weren't that many villains, because it was strictly heroes against heroes. I don't remember if villains actually chose a side. I don't think so. I really don't even think that they were in it like that. But Yeah, yo, like the comic book version of Civil War was way crazier. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't like done your research on it or read the comic book itself, I highly suggest that you do so because it was completely fucking insane. And not to mention that the fact that Civil War ended with the death of Steve Rogers, aka Captain America. That's how Civil War ended. He died. But he ended up coming back to life, and it just got crazy. Anyway, I don't know if Mighty Raccoon is going to like start doing like animations with certain events that happened in Civil War. I think that would be pretty cool if he did. But all in all, no matter what he chooses to do, whether if this is the only thing that we ever get or if we get more, either way, I truly enjoyed this. And I like the fact that he used the comic book version basically to show people like, yo, listen, Civil War the movie was off the chain, but Civil War the actual comic book is on an entirely different fucking level. Matter of fact, I don't even think Hulk was in it. Yeah, I think Civil War happened when Hulk was off world, if I'm not mistaken. In the comic book. But yeah, anyway, so now Reddit, post your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about Marvel's Civil War, the animation film done by none other than Mighty Raccoon. If you are not subscribed to Mighty Raccoon, you sleeping. Definitely go subscribe to the man. As you just saw, he does amazing fucking animation work. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. So until next time, ride or die, Night Riders. We out.